best ability is availability.
That's right.
He needs to be healthy.
And we invented the notion of a backup learning behind a Hall of Famer.
That's right.
The season that Montana got hurt, Steve Young came in and won the MVP. Won the MVP as a backup. So, I mean, and then the next year he was shipped to Kansas City, Montana.
Right.
So,
That's
hey,
right.
I wouldn't.
Same thing with Kaepernick too.
Right. I mean, the Niners are loyal to a point, but they can look down their history and be like, look, we like Garoppolo, but I don't think, like what Kegan's saying, anything's possible, man. Don't be surprised if he's gone.
I agree. I mean, I'm just saying these things because that's how I think it's going to play out. But nothing surprises me in the NFL anymore.
Right.
Nothing does.
And Zach Wilson is amazing. If you've watched him, he's a fighter too. I watched the Coastal Carolina game, the whole game with Trevor. He got picked up by D. Yeah, he got pancaked by D lineman. Got up and was throwing punches. This guy is a
I didn't
fighter.
see that part.
Yeah. Okay. So go back and look. The D lineman had him pinned to the ground. Zach Wilson's
They
throwing
pushed him
punches.
down like 2 separate times.
Right.
They like laid him out, and then he tried to get up, and they pushed him back down again because it was an interception at like last play of the second half. But then the video cut at least on ESPN, so I didn't see the shots fired.
He's a leader. Yeah, he's a leader. And the last drive of that game, he drove him all the way down the field, and it was 1 yard away from winning the game.
I saw that the guy he caught it on like the 5 or caught it on the 3 or something, and there's a defender right there.
The Kevin Dyson Titans, where he's like leaning for the goal.
Right there. Yeah. But he started that drive he was pinned like inside of his inside the 5.
He's a beast.
It's talented. Anytime I'm watching the highlights and he's running, he's usually diving head first. Like he does not shy away from contact, which in the NFL you're probably going to have to fix.
But you want to see a little dog
toughness, and
that's what I like about CJ, because CJ Beathard is a dog and he loves that contact and it riles people up. Jimmy's kind of like that too. Like, it's easy to forget about his moments when you have a season like this, but he had moments last year. He'll fight for the first down. He gets up every single hit. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about an ankle like that where someone falls on it. Like, yes, it sucks, but it's not like he put himself at risk. Like with the ACL, that was completely on Jimmy. But with this ankle thing, that could have happened to anyone starting. Because I think it was probably Mike McGlinchey's side that came, and the guy just fell on his ankle.
It happened twice.
Yeah.
Season,
yeah. So I think he's a battle tested. I think he's good. I think he needs to work on his deep ball aggressively in the offseason if he has a chance to lead us to the Super Bowl again. Because that's the goal, man. If he's not getting it done, the front office is going to make the right moves.
Yeah. Now we got a weapon in Ayuk to go downfield. He needs to get the ball down. Yeah, so he's got to work on that.
Definitely.
For sure. Yeah. And Mostert will be there, and Jeff Wilson, baby.
Jeff Wilson, I'm riding that train hard. I love me some Jeff Wilson.
I do too. He helped me win 3rd place, man. He literally put my team on his back, and we're going.
Yep.
Now your podium finish.
Got your money back, huh?
For the Denver Outsiders.
Got my money back, yeah.
You gonna keep that white helmet for next year?
Oh yeah, dude. I won 5 of 6 with that baby. It's crazy.
Can't change it up now.
I'm not gonna. That's it. I'm not touching it. I'm good. Yeah, we're all good.
Good, man.
Nice, man.
Well, awesome, man. I always love being on your show, Drew. And some exciting games this weekend for sure.
Yeah, let's get this guest in. So you guys, so Kegan, you're Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be there next year. Yes or no?
Going to be there or start?
Be there.
I think he will be there, but I won't be surprised if he's not. I think we're testing the market.
So yes, you think he will be there?
I do think he'll be there. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's not.
And what about Carson Wentz? What's the likelihood of bringing him?
I just know he's expensive. Unless he restructures his contract, we can't afford him.
And he's taking a fucking beating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's got to have the oldest body of any 26-year-old or however old he is, 27-year-old.
I'd rather go rookie and keep Jimmy and get a rookie.
Yeah,
Unless we go top 10, then I'm okay with Jimmy being gone. If we're getting a top 10 quarterback, then we're probably not going to be able to afford Jimmy too. Well, I guess the rookies are pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Because if Jimmy's on the roster, he's still 22, 24 mil.
Yeah.
So it's still.
Yeah. So I think that's a good move too. But yeah,
we'll see. You?
I think John
long sigh.
I think John Lynch is sweating his job. I don't think he's happy with Jimmy. I get that impression where he's not happy with how things are going. And I mean, it's not like this is the Jacksonville Jaguars or some other run-of-the-mill team. Like there is pressure to win and get to the Super Bowl every 2 or 3 years with the Niners. And if you fail to do that, we see the Tom Sulas and the Chip Kellys and just all sorts of guys, just a circle of guys coming through. John Lynch is.
Well, we already locked them up. We locked both of them up, so we shouldn't see that recycle.
Yeah.
But it's the best division in football, hands down. It's getting tougher and tougher.
And I think we have the most talented roster in the division as well. I really do. No other team suffered like we did injury-wise this year. So, yeah.
All right, guys, he is here. We are going to admit the guest. 3, 2, 1. He is here. Who is it? Can they see?
Not yet.
Not yet. He's hiding.
It's a nice picture.
The suspense is real, though.
Can you
We're hoping for Frank Gore, so
we'll jump in while he gets set up. So I want to start with the first playoff game on Saturday. Colts at Bills. Bills are 6.5-point favorites. Josh Allen is playing lights out. Stephon Diggs playing lights out. It's kind of come down to Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers for the MVP. It's going to be Aaron Rodgers, of course, but you can make a case that Josh Allen should be. Oh, is he here?
Hey,
Trevor.
What's up, fellas?
He's here.
Trevor.
Y'all can hear me? Y'all hear me?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Cool, I'm in there.
Welcome,
in there like the swimwear.
That's
How you
right.
guys doing?
Good.
Doing
Good to
good.
see you, man.
Hey, y'all too. Everyone's looking great.
Yeah, you got that beard, man. That beard is business.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm trying to grow back out that quarantine beard.
Yeah.
Do it.
So I saw Trevor in the middle of the quarantine. We met up. I think I told you guys this. We met up at like a gas station to exchange microphones, and I thought it was James Harden.
At the beginning of quarantine, bro, it was like 8 inches, bro. It was so huge, bro. It was
awesome.
Well, you can pull it off, dude.
Yeah, it looks good.
Appreciate you, man. Good stuff.
So we're jumping into the first game. The Colts and Bills. Bills are 6.5-point favorites. I'll throw it to Kegan and Ryan. What do you guys think?
You want to start?
No, you.
I love the Bills. I'm cheering for them. That's going to be my team I'm rooting for, honestly. I think they had the firepower to make it to the Super Bowl. I mean, obviously we got KC talking here, but the Colts had a good season. But I don't think that, Phillip Rivers – what do you have, an okay season stat-wise?
Middle of the road.
Yeah.
Never really stood out to me.
Statistically
wise.
Yeah.
And then you're running into
under
the
the
top
radar.
Bills. This Bills team that's, they're having fun. They got the Bills Mafia behind them. They're at home.
Mm-hmm.
So I like Bills, minus 6.5.
Think they'll cover?
Yeah, definitely think they're going to cover. Josh Allen is a stud, man. I'm excited. Diggs. I'm excited for some Bills.
All right. Yeah, Bills, man. I think that they're a great team. I think that Josh Allen has elevated this team to a new height that even talent-wise on the roster, they shouldn't be. But I think you see it time and time again. If you watch the Bills, you just see what this guy does. He extends plays. People get open. He can run the ball. He's tough as nails. He can play in any weather. He's used to playing in Buffalo in the weather. It's going to be a 29-degree football game. Mm-hmm. The Colts are used to being nice and cozy in their temperature-controlled dome. Mm-hmm. The Colts did have their overtime win against Green Bay, so they have seen some success. They can play with the good teams. Defense looks good. Phillip Rivers, time and time again, you go back to even San Diego days, and the guy just folds under pressure. He just does. Yeah. That's his mantra.
Does he have any playoff wins?
Not many.
Chargers?
Not many.
Probably one or two. Yeah,
he's probably got a couple. He's had some good teams.
Yeah,
but the guy.
He's got a couple. Yeah.
I'm a Phillip Rivers fan. I like the guy. I like his mentality. He's a gamer. Doesn't miss any games. But there's something to be said about the quarterbacks to get remembered in this league are the ones that can perform when the pressure's on in the playoffs. And I think Josh Allen, man, I think he made a huge step forward, and this team is way more complete. Colts, they are starting to run the ball better against some weaker teams, but still it's nice to see that consistency there with Jonathan Taylor finally getting that full role. And then you have Naheem Hines, the little scat back that can do crazy stuff too.
I do like him.
So I like this game on paper a ton. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills win by 10. I think the Bills being at home, having a defense that is playing better and better every single game, and Josh Allen just, that's why the quarterbacks get paid the most in the NFL, and that's why they're the face of the franchise, is because they have the ball in their hands every single snap. So I think with Josh Allen at the helm, at home, means so much to the Bills. Not that it doesn't for the Colts, but I think the Bills just have that momentum. Anyone that watches the game can feel it. So I'm picking the Bills. Cold weather game, safe bet to cover, advantage Josh Allen.
I like
big Trev.
Yeah, I mean it's hard not to go Bills too. The only thing I can really see happening is that Colts defense kind of stepping in to kind of make it not easy, because I think they're still number one, aren't they? Were they number one all year?
They're top three for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, I think if the Colts pull it out, it'd be because of that defense, and Rivers might pull some magic finally and kind of make something happen. But that Diggs addition to the Bills, man, it makes them so unstoppable. I was looking at this stat. It was like the top 5 fantasy receivers this year for points wise. It was Devontae, Tyreek, of course.
Yeah.
And then Diggs was on there. Diggs was like number 3 or 4 on that list.
And Cole Beasley.
And he's got the receiving title. He's got the receiving title this year.
Most yards, right? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's crazy. It's the fact that David had all 3 of those dudes on his team is also wild too.
Well, I traded away Diggs like a straight fool because I was so hurt on running back. Yeah. So you're welcome.
That would have changed. Yeah, that would have changed your season too. It would have had you right in there.
Yeah.
But we all made those choices this year that were just the barely wrong choice. Me picking up Zeke was so terrible. It was like the worst choice, but
it was a weird year, man.
It was weird.
Yeah, weird year.
But my pick, Bills. That's my pick. But I wouldn't be surprised if Phillip Rivers and that defense pull something out, like a 3-point win.
So you think it's going to be a close game, though?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a good matchup.
Would take the Colts 6.5 then. 6.5.
If you're a betting man.
Okay. Yeah.
You're taking the Colts?
With the line.
He's picking the Bills, but he thinks it's going to be a close game.
6. Yeah,
I think the Bills.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts won by 3 or 4, 3 or 6 points, but I'm picking the Bills.
Cold weather game. Yeah.
Sorry, Zach. You got a team coming out of Lucas Oil Stadium to play in the home of the Mafia, the Mobsters. The Bills it's the redemption tour. They've lost their last 6 postseason games. Their last postseason win was 1995.
Wow.
And last year they blew a 16-point lead at halftime to the Texans. They let them off the hook.
Watched the race.
They are who we thought they were. We let them off the hook.
Yeah.
So I'd be a fool not to take Josh Allen and the Bills. Stephon Diggs, man, he made the right choice. But you can't blame the Vikings because they had a plan to get Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, he did his thing too, man.
Yeah, but it's like
Balled out.
we've talked about this. Me and Trevor watched the Bills Broncos game. Cole Beasley is open every single play. Every
Yeah.
single play he's open. Like he is. I have not seen him not open.
He's out this game, bro.
Is he?
Oh,
Oh,
He's
is he
out. He's out.
Oh, that's gonna make a difference.
That
Yeah.
is
That
going
makes
to
a
make a
difference.
difference with Darius Leonard and those guys, but I just think the confidence level of Josh Allen and it doesn't matter. I
But
mean,
he kind of needs those guys to really be open to have that confidence.
Yeah.
Like those guys that are always open.
Especially
that's a
the
big part of his
extended
confidence.
plays. Yeah.
yeah, that's true. But I think he has enough just smart football IQ to beat this defense. Barely. The over under is 51. I like the under, and I'm gonna take the Bills 34-18. I can't see Phil moving the ball that well. I do love Jonathan Taylor and Naheem Hines, but I don't see it. And the Bills are gonna have, for the first time all year, I think 6,500 fans. That's big. When the Bills Mafia show up, 6,500 is going to sound like 15,000. So they're all coming out to support that team. I think they haven't won a game. They have the second longest playoff drought win or victory. They haven't won a game the longest. In pro sports, I think the number one is the Mariners. Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, no, it would be the Colts or the Bills because they haven't won since 95. So we're looking at a super long drought. I think they break it, and I'm going with the Bills.
Was that last playoff win the last time they won the Super Bowl or made it to the Super Bowl and didn't win?
Yep, exactly.
So they ended on a 4-loss streak. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sorry, Zach. It's just, great season. But I talked to Zach about this a couple weeks ago. He hasn't watched the Bills all year. And he's like, are they good? I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Watch a game.
They're
Well,
a handful.
I honestly think that Wentz could possibly go to the Colts. He knows the coaching staff very well over there. And I think that could be a good fit for Carson Wentz next year.
Sure.
That would be a good fit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
So the next
the
one,
Broncos are thinking too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the battle of the young versus the old. Sean McVay versus Pete Carroll. Rams versus the Seahawks in Seattle. They have the Seahawks 3.5-point favorites, over under 42.5. I'm sure the weather's not going to be too great. This is a good matchup because the Rams, like we said, they were vaunted defense, and then I don't know what it is this year with the Pick'em show, but every time I say like the waters part or like some God reference, the shit happens. Like I said there's no way that the Jets beat the Rams, and that fucking happened.
Yeah.
I said, what was the other one that I said? Like the waters would have to part, and it fucking happened.
Yeah,
So,
I think
I know what you're talking about. Damn, what game was that?
The Rams.
Browns. You called the Browns game, didn't you?
The Browns game.
No, it was another one where it was like, there's no way this team can win, and they won.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
you
So
picked a couple up. You picked a good amount of upsets this year.
I didn't pick those. I was the reason is like if the Rams can lose to the Jets in that kind of game, it could be scary going to Seattle in the playoffs. I want to pick the Seahawks just because it's in Seattle, but I have faith in that defense. I have faith in Aaron Donald, the experience of Jared Goff, and in my opinion, probably the best receiving core in football with Woods and Kupp. So I am going to take the Rams, and I like the under because it's a NFC West defensive game, 21-16 Rams.
I like that. So me and Ryan were just talking about this before we came on. I was telling him like my upset special, Rams. He's like, well, dude, Goff's not playing. I'm like, all right, well, that changes things. And we looked it up, and he's practicing, but uncertain for Sunday. I think that's
who would play.
He's got to play.
John Walford.
What?
John Walford. Wow.
Yeah.
He's backups nowadays, man.
Jared
So
Goff. Jared
But
Goff's
if you're
gonna play.
practicing, you're playing. If you're
You're
in
playing.
there practicing,
Yeah.
throwing the football
Yeah.
around,
You
you're
would think,
good.
but
Yeah.
it's Jared Goff. He has a
All he's got
list.
to do is check down, dude. Nice little.
He has a
that's true.
list. Yeah.
Anyways, I do like that. I'm with you, Andrew. I like the Rams. I just think that Seattle hasn't been that impressive. Some games they have, but they're not that same dominant Seattle team. They don't have home field really behind them now. So that's not going to play too much of a factor.
They still pump that fake fan noise through the speakers.
So
Really?
I'm sure.
That's funny. That's a
Either
tough
way,
game to pick.
yeah. So, I mean, I would take Rams money line as long as Goff is playing. Rams straight up, definitely. What do you got?
All right, I got Rams. They don't really lose much without Jared Goff, just because just like Kyle Shanahan, it's it's the offensive scheme, it's the system. A lot of athletic playmakers on that field, so they do a lot of jet sweeps, a lot of screen plays. They're well coached for sure. So even with John Walford, I think this will be somewhat close game for sure. Rams defense is for real. Aaron Donald's, leads the pack there, just dominates the inside. The secondary is shut down now, with the addition of Homeboy. Help me out.
That's his name, Homeboy.
Seattle? Oh,
No, Rams.
In the secondary?
Yeah.
Oh, Ramsey.
Yeah.
He's locked
Yeah.
down.
Ramsey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey. Right, Jalen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cooper Kupp is back. That's going to be huge for the Rams. Both teams have been playing, so lately. But the one thing that has been better has been on the Seahawks side, and that's been the defense. They've been pretty lights out for the last 6 games. They're holding their opponents to 20 points or less for the last 6 games. Seattle's offense has slowed down a little bit, but I think if they lean on the running game with Carson, I think that they could see a lot of success, especially at home, whether the crowd's there or not. This team's going to come out fired up. Now, a big point too is Jamal Adams is going to be out this game. So that'll obviously be a factor. But you look at the Rams, and they have not been running the ball well. They can't run the ball. So when you put the ball in the hands during a playoff moment, especially if it's John Walford and not Jared Goff, I don't like that. Even if it is Jared Goff, I just think the Seahawks are playoff. They're made for the playoffs, and Pete Carroll's been there countless of times. So at the end of the day, I'm picking a very close game, but I'm picking a better quarterback in Russell Wilson, talented wide receivers in DK Metcalf, and who's the other one? I'm sorry, I'm blanking.
Lockett.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett. They just mesh so well, and they're so good at knowing when the play is extending and finding open space. And whether the Seahawks get down in the beginning, it'll be a close game no matter what. And I think that Russell Wilson, I can't bet against. So I think the Seahawks will win, but I'm not confident enough to bet against the spread. So just Seahawks win the football game.
Would you lay off that game if you were betting?
No, I bet on it.
Oh, you did?
But I did a teaser, so it's plus 2.5 for Seahawks.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I put my own money on it. I put way too much money on it.
Yeah, I'm going Seahawks too.
Okay.
You want to go,
Yeah,
Trevor? And then Kegan?
Yeah. I'm thinking
Kegan already
Seahawks
went.
and
Oh, okay. My bad. Oh, yeah, you're right.
You're good. Yeah, I'm also going Seahawks in a high scoring game. I'm thinking like this is gonna be one of the higher scoring games of the playoffs. I'm thinking
Okay.
like a 36 to 20 something, 36-28 Seahawks.
I can see it. Seattle throws up points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then the Rams are gonna try to keep up with them. DK and Lockett, and then especially if Goff plays, he'll show up. When the other team scores a lot of points, the Rams score a lot of points too, except for the Super Bowl. I don't know what happened there, but
Yeah.
just going Seahawks. Yeah, it's just hard to go against Pete Carroll, Russ. I feel like this is the year where they finally kind of get back to the old Seahawks, and they'll be the under the radar team that kind of creeps to the playoffs in the NFC. Just
Sure.
a team that's kind of just chilling. They're number 3, but like no one's really thinking they're going to win it all. But I think they might come out and it might be them versus the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So I'm right with the Seahawks all playoffs.
There you go.
All right.
I think Pete Carroll's been chewing the same piece of gum the last 12 years too.
Oh,
by the
man.
way,
Bullshit. Have you ever chewed juicy fruit, bro?
They did
Why
that
do
so
you
quick,
think
bro.
he has a hired gum man that follows him around with gum? If you've ever had a stick of juicy fruit gum,
it's
that
gone.
shit
Yeah.
loses its flavor after
7
3 minutes,
seconds.
and by 5 minutes, it starts deteriorating and getting in your gums and in between your
Oh,
teeth, and you start swallowing
terrible.
bits and
Yeah.
particles.
You eat it.
Terrible go.
You
Yeah.
choose juicy fruit.
Oh, it's been confirmed. He's a juicy fruit guy, and it's also
Really?
confirmed that he has a gum guy.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
We all
You got to be damn successful to have a
Pete
gum guy.
For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
You know, the worst gum is that zebra gum. Like you used to get at like
Oh, yeah.
that shit's the
It's
same
so
way you
tasty,
like
but it's-
eat it.
Yeah. It's delicious,
Yeah.
but it lasts for like 14 seconds. Yeah.
That and it's like rock hard when you first chew into it.
Yeah, this
It like breaks in your mouth a little bit.
Bite it into pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
crack. It's not even
Speaking
old.
of candy, have you ever had a now and later that's good? Like I've never opened one that's actually good. They're always like rock hard. You
They
know
are
what I'm
rock
talking
hard, but after you
There's-
get through the
there's supposed to
first
be nothing.
minute, they're delicious.
Yeah.
Because like now it's not that great, but later,
It's got to get
Delicious.
sticky.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the later and now and later.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let's see. Okay, yeah. So we're moving on to the Washington football team.
Woo!
Oh,
Oh, Trevor, we
Let's go.
lost you. Washington football
Did you-
team
okay,
hosting the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are 8.5-point favorites. Man, this is actually going to be a good game because the defense for the WFC has been showing up, or WFT has been showing up, and man, Tom's been looking terrific, and it's hard to bet against him. So I'll save my pick for last if somebody wants to jump in.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Trevor. Start us off.
What's that matchup again? I'm sorry. I lost
So
y'all
it's
for a
the
second.
Buccaneers at the football team. Buccaneers favored by 8.5. The over under is 45.
Okay. Yeah, that's the easy choice for me. Bucks all day. Is Alex Smith playing?
Yep.
Yeah.
He is.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's the Bucks. I feel like that's the easiest pick of this playoffs.
I agree.
I just don't see an upset. Not with Tom in the playoffs, and he's got so much to prove with his first year with the Bucks, and he just like Andrew said, he's just balling out. Like he's just doing what Tom does. He's finding that groove. Antonio Brown's been catching bombs lately,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
that's just one of the many weapons. I mean, if Mike Evans is healthy, was Godwin? If everyone's healthy, bro, it might be a blowout.
Yeah.
It might be a blowout.
I think it's heavy money on Tampa Bay. I mean, the Redskins, did they even really deserve to be in the playoffs? Questionable.
Yeah.
The Redskins, Washington football
I
team.
agree.
I mean, it's very questionable. The NFC East was terrible all year. It's kind of like they got a free pass to go get their butt whooped.
They did.
That's
What they
what's
won
gonna
like 7
happen.
games.
Yeah.
7 games. In the NFC East, so they got to play the worst teams twice. So good for them for getting those 7. That was big.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Tom Brady's going to eat it up. I mean, like you said, he's got something to prove. He came down to Tampa for a reason. He's not going to just get bounced out by the Washington football team.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be close. I agree,
Yeah.
Andrew. Washington does have a good D.
That's
Chase
right.
Young's beast, but
Yeah.
that's not going to deter
Brian
Tom.
Kerrigan.
Yeah. Lock of the weekend is definitely Tampa Bay.
Lock.
Lock it in.
lock it in?
Yeah. Yeah. So the line's 8.5. I'm surprised it's even, that. I'm surprised it's not even higher, honestly. I guess maybe because it's in Washington or DC, rather. But I think it's Bucks all day. I mean, dynamic offense. Took a little while to get there. It took a little while. There were some growing pains. But over the last 7 games, the Bucks have averaged 35 points per game. And the football team is a playoff fraud. Okay. This team should have never made the playoffs. Do I think they're trending in the right direction? Yes. Okay. Solid football team, but not playoff worthy. not in the NFC. There's a lot more teams that deserve to make the playoffs besides them. 4 out of their 7 wins were in the division. Okay. So 2 against Philly, I think, and then I think they got 1 against Dallas and 1 against the Giants. And then they beat a depleted Niners, and they beat a Burrow-less Bengals team, and then another win that I can't think of right now. But anyways, the football team, good defense, nice story, feel-good story, but this is where it ends. Something to look at. Injuries, Terry McLaurin may not even play. He's questionable. Mike Evans, questionable. And interesting fact, the Bucs have the number 1 rush defense in the league. So when you add the number 1 rush defense to a football team that doesn't throw the ball that well in the Washington football team, all they have is rush defense and short throws. And without Terry McLaurin, I mean, there's no chance. I think this is going to be a blowout. Okay, I could see.
They got a fragile quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. I could see the Bucs winning by 14 points or more, 2 touchdowns or more. Bucs all day. Yeah. They win and they cover.
All right. So I'm going to take you guys back to 2010, okay, for a second.
Oh,
the Saints, back before COVID?
Back before COVID.
It was a good day. Good year.
The New Orleans Saints were 11-5, and they were a great football team led by Drew Brees. The Seattle Seahawks were 7-9, and they made the playoffs. They hosted the Saints, who are 11-5. And what happened? Marshawn Lynch, beast mode. Remember that run?
A huge run, yeah. That's
the
been
Seahawks
11 years.
Won that game. They were 7-9, and they beat an 11-5 team in the playoffs. What's the record of the Buccaneers this year? 11-5.
Yeah, 11-5. Yeah,
and a 7-9 team. Okay, so you're gonna call me crazy.
There you go.
Is Gibson gonna pull a Marshawn?
Every time
against the number 1 rush defense.
Every time Tom Brady plays in front of a national audience this year, he has sucked. This is the Sunday night game on NBC with Chris Collinsworth and Al Michaels. He has looked like dog trash in front of those guys. So I just feel like there's something to the primetime games with Tom, and there's something to this underdog mentality led by Chase Young and Alex Smith and company. And these guys can actually play. The over-under, what was it? The over-under is 45. I like the under, and I like a close game just because I'm not going to take the football team lightly, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sure every analyst in 2010 thought the Seahawks would lose. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm taking the football team. Okay. Drew
Close
Brees.
Game?
I'm taking the football team 24-20.
Right.
To beat the Buccaneers at home. This is shades of 2010.
Wow.
The Bucs this year have shown times where they just like get really stagnant though. So,
and you know when those times are? It's on national prime time TV. Those are the only times. Like literally, when they're not on national TV, they play great. When they're on national TV, prime time, they look like shit. Tom Brady thinks it's 3rd down when it's 4th down. You know, like those. There's something about this Buccaneers team that doesn't play good on prime time.
Yeah, but the Saints also, the Seahawks also threw up 41 bill on the Saints.
Sure. Okay.
I think Washington's got enough to even score 20.
I think they got enough to score 24, but I still think the defense can contain Tom Brady. He's going to think it's 3rd down. It's going to be 4th down.
And Leonard Fournette. And Ronald Jones, who's been playing great, and Antonio Bryant, and Gronk, and Mike Evans.
Forget about Gronk, man.
And Chris Godwin, and O.J. Simpson. And
Bring it on,
OJ. He's coming back.
The glove is out there.
It does not matter, dude. Like, there's just so many. I mean, jeez.
Yeah.
They said the same thing about Jimmy Graham in 2010, right?
Yeah, that's one person.
Dude. How are we going to stop this guy? How are we going to stop Drew Brees?
Yeah, but if Drew Brees Chris Godwin, Mike Evans.
You're pulling out one game 10 years ago.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a shot, but I'm
It's a
taking
bold
it.
pick, but
bold pick,
but,
It's a bold
but I
pick.
salute you for it, and you'll eat your words next week when we talk.
And very bold to go on the under. I definitely think it's going to be going over.
Yeah, and it's a relatively low over under too.
No, but if the football team wins, it will be a low scoring game. So I
Right.
get with that pick to bet the under, it makes sense.
They would have to. Yeah.
They're not going to win in a shootout. That's for sure.
That's true.
Baltimore Ravens at Tennessee Titans. The Ravens are 3.5-point favorites. 55-point over under. This one's looking like a dogfight. This has to be a redemption song as well because last year the Ravens got beat by the Titans.
Yeah, that's true.
And Derrick Henry, man, I think the last 4 games has rushed for 750 yards, something like that. Like
when winter is upon us, that man is just he can't be stopped in winter.
When winter is upon us, the stinger comes out, man, and that stinger will sting you.
The stinger.
The stinger, Trevor, is his hair. That shit will hit you in the
Oh,
eye, dude. That's full of
It
venom.
doesn't remind me
man.
like a big hornet stinger, huh?
Yeah.
Don't get too close because that thing is full of venom. But yeah,
Getting too close.
Titans are at home on this one, right?
Yeah, Titans are at home. A lot of great players. Lamar's playing out of his mind. Tannehill's the obvious leader. Derrick Henry. J.K. Dobbins is emerging. A lot of great storylines. A.J. Brown. Hey, even maybe Des Bryant gets
Corey
some.
Davis.
Yeah, Hollywood Brown. There's a lot of star power in this game. There's a lot of points, obviously. A lot of offense. Defenses aren't playing up to par as they usually do. The Ravens defense started off super hot, but I feel like they're going to give up a lot of points. It's going to be last one to score wins. Man, this is a tough one in Nashville.
I got a question for y'all. Who is the better coach team?
Both good coaches, man.
Yeah.
Both very, very good coaches. But if you had to pick one, definitely John Harbaugh's team. They always have. Yeah, he always has his guys lined up right.
I think so.
Yeah,
too.
I would usually say Harbaugh too, but man, Vrabel. I like Mike
That's
Vrabel
what
a
I'm
lot. He might be
saying.
my
It's
favorite
hard.
coach. Like
Vrabel is a great coach.
He'll go for it on 4th down, no problem. He's like, let's go, line it up. But he also plays that clock game like crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never seen that last year when he was like taking penalties to run the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Like, any coach would be doing that. He figured that
smart.
out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
he coaches like he's playing.
It's gonna be a hell of a game. I'm excited for that one. I think probably one of the better games. We'll see. Just because of the scoring, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think this is one of the unknown rivalries in the NFL. They've played each other so many times in the playoffs. Back in the day, it was Ray Lewis versus McNair and all those guys. Eddie George. Man, I think redemption is a big factor with the Ravens. I think fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me is their mentality. You're not going to fool this team twice. I like the Ravens. It's hard to pick a score. I really like some Lamar Jackson. Man, I guess I would say 35-32. Last team to have the ball wins, and I think the Ravens are that team.
To me, the Ravens are creeping into must-win territory, man. They got to get done.
For last year.
Yeah. I mean, Ravens favored by 3.5. I think the question is, will Lamar elevate this year? We've seen him have great seasons. Last year MVP, this year took a step back. You start to see that with true running quarterbacks, that steady decline. But he can prove all the naysayers wrong with a big time playoff berth here and a playoff run, right? Running game's getting a lot stronger now that Homeboy's not running the ball anymore. Mark Ingram, well, he is, but not as much. You've seen now J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards kind of take the main role, and I think that they found a recipe there that works. Both run the ball very hard, and they've seen a lot of success. And the Ravens need that to be successful. They don't have a ton of offensive weapons on the outside. Marquise Brown is finally coming into what he looked like last season. Everyone's like, "Where's Hollywood now?" But you saw it in the last 3-4 games. He's coming around. I think they have 5. They're going on a 5-game winning streak going into the playoffs, and I think anyone that's a football fan knows how important it is to go into the playoffs hot. That's huge. No matter what your record says, as long as you're going in the playoffs hot, I think that gives you a very much better an advantage going into the playoffs. Titans have a very, very shitty defense, super suspect. But on the flip side, their offense, does control the clock with Derrick Henry. In the winter, like Trevor said, Derrick Henry can control the clock, can run the ball, can run defenses down. Even a good defense like the Ravens, you take a couple licks from Derrick Henry in the third quarter, you're not feeling hitting him so hard in the third quarter anymore. You're like, let's just hold on to his ankle and hope he goes down, But I think it's going to be a very exciting game. One of my favorite games of the weekend. And I think that if the Titans stick with the game plan, run the ball, control the clock, and Vrabel coaches the team well, like I think he can, I think the Titans have more offensive power than the Ravens do, in my opinion, with A.J. Brown and Corey Davis finally emerging as well. And then even Jonnu Smith, you saw him kind of turn it up towards the end of the year too. So I'm a big fan of this Titans team. I love the way they play. Granted, their defense is suspect, but I think, like Andrew said, fool me once, fool me twice. I think fool me 3 times, and it's not a fool anymore. And I think it's legit. Titans better football team than the Ravens, and I think the Ravens will be going into the next season wondering, what do we need to do to surround Lamar with more talent so that our offense can be better and we can be a more balanced team. I think Titans win, and obviously they cover the spread because they're dogs. Yep.
Nice. No, I'm rolling with the Titans as well. I just don't know about the Ravens, man. Last year, get so excited about them. Yeah. It was a great year, and then they got blown out, right? What was the score last year in that game?
They got they lost to the Titans, I believe.
It was 28-12. 28-12. And then they played in week 11, and the Titans won 30-24 in overtime.
In OT. Yeah, in OT.
And that's your game where they, don't fool me again. They're going to show it up. And they didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Vrabel. I love their run game. They're just going to run clock, man. They're just going to try and keep Lamar out as long as possible. Mm-hmm. Just run that clock. Tannehill makes plays, man. He surprised me in this team. Mm-hmm. He throws the ball downfield. A.J. Brown's a beast. Mm-hmm. They're at home. I just can't see the Ravens pulling this out. I have this look of, John Harbaugh on the sideline, always pissed off. Like at the end of the game, they're always panning to him. He just looks confused and upset. I just see that happening again. Just what are we doing? And it's pretty common for these guys lately. I like the Titans, definitely as dogs. And yeah, I'd say, but I think it's going to be, it's going to be a good game. Definitely going to be a good game.
Yeah. Like a field goal game or a touchdown game.
Right. I mean, it's both teams have players, man. They got playmakers. All right. What's the Titans name from the Ravens? Why am I blanking right now? Mark Andrews. That guy's a beast.
I know.
I think if they can find him, and Lamar, is smart, doesn't fumble the football, which he can do. Mm-hmm. They definitely have a chance. But I like the Titans.
I know. Sometimes I just look at Mark Andrews. I'm like, dude, I feel so bad for you. You're doing too much. They're expecting too much from you. But I would say the missing piece, and I've said this all year, Michael Thomas fits in so well with the Ravens. He's a fighter. He's a dog. And he's a great football player. Him with Lamar, I love it. I would love Michael Thomas with the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I'm going Ravens too.
I hope the Saints are getting rid of Michael Thomas.
No.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They like him as well.
Superstar. Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to go Ravens too, man. Yeah. I would usually go Titans, but the Ravens, like I said, they have to get it done this time. I don't think they're going to keep making the playoffs every year. Like if they don't get it done this time, they got to get past the Titans, or they're not going to get past anybody else. If they get past the Titans, I mean, I think Des Bryant might help them to spread the field a little bit.
Mhm.
They just can't get in those situations where Lamar is just running for the first down every play, like last year. He just hike the ball to him in shotgun, and he's just looking around and starts running every time. So they got to pass the ball, or they're going to lose. So it comes down to them. If they can spread the field, get the ball out, maybe Dez has a big game, opens up Mark Andrews, they get it done. But if they can't pass the ball, Titans take it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I do
sense.
see like a
Good take.
I see a similar score to last year too.
So you
Okay.
think like Ravens by like 3 or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh wait, similar
would
score to
even-
last year.
No. I guess like similar score, but like the team that loses will be a little bit better. Like I said, 24-12, it'll be like 24-19,
Okay.
24-20.
But Ravens this
something
time,
like that.
right?
Ravens, yeah. Ravens by a few.
So me and you are
Ravens
going
by-
Ravens. They're going Titans.
Yeah.
All
I would usually go
right.
Titans. I would usually go Titans, but I think Dez is going to help them spread the field out. And they got to have some type of different game plan for not just hiking the ball to Lamar and making him try to run it for the first down every play. They
Right.
got to figure out something else. I think they will this time.
Yeah, I definitely think so too. I think the difference maker is J.K. Dobbins, though. I think last year
Yeah.
was a little cloudier with with Ingram, but J.K. Dobbins from Ohio State is looking great. Great pickup.
Good pass catching back.
You got to always wait on these rookie running backs, man, because we all had the Damian Harrises, J.K. Dobbins, Myles Gaskin, and then people would pick them up, drop them. These guys get so hot at the end. It's crazy.
Yeah.
These rookies, man. So,
Jonathan Taylor,
yeah, Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
he's starting to pick up. So yeah, no, there's a point there for sure.
Yep. Bears at the Saints on Sunday at 4:00 on CBS. Saints are favored by 10, which is the biggest spread of the weekend.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
The Saints have not played very well in the postseason, though, for some reason. Since 2000, teams to make the playoffs at 500 or worse are a perfect 7-0 against the spread. The Saints are 0-3 against the spread in the postseason over the last 2 years. Kind of scary to think about. But, yeah, I mean, when do we start? We've been talking about Aaron Rodgers on this show a lot. Like, he's got to get another ring. But maybe we need to start talking about Drew Brees. Like, it's been fucking while, 11 years. Like, it's time to get another one. Like, I feel like we let the Saints off the hook all the time. You know, like it's time
because that bad call.
Yeah, because
remember that game where they were supposed to win? That game where they were literally supposed to win. I felt so bad for them.
It's terrible. I mean, that was their year. I definitely think. I don't think it is anymore, but
it feels like they're always supposed to win, Trevor. I mean,
yeah, you're right. They don't get it done. They have not gotten it done in a long time.
I'm not going to be surprised if the Bears win, but I can't take the Bears. And I just remember what the other game was that I said the waters would have to part. It was the Eagles. It was the Saints at Eagles, and Jalen Hurts' first start. Yeah, and the Eagles won. So this one is going to be a little different. It's Trubisky, right?
Yep.
Mitchell.
I'm happy for the Bears. I'm happy that they're in there. Like they struggled, man. They had one of those years where the ebbs and flows and the ups and downs and woo, ride the wave, you know. But they're not going to win this game. So
they should not.
I guess I got the Saints 28-20. I think it's going to be a good game though. It's going to be indoors. We'll see. I mean, it's Alvin Kamara is tough to stop, and I can't trust Mitch. It's just not going to work out in the playoffs. So they're going to turn it up to another gear.
Back? Yeah, he's back. Okay.
So I got the Saints winning 28-20.
Mr. 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Mr. 6 rushing touchdowns.
And then gets
almost had 7. Y'all see he should have had 7, but they put it in the backup quarterback, like for no reason. It was like, all right, we're gonna put the backup in real quick. They only got
Yeah.
the 2-yard line. Yeah, he should have had 7. Should have had 7 rushing touchdowns. Wow.
Guy's a stud, man. But the Bears can score some points.
They have.
I mean,
Yeah.
not
Good
the
defense,
Bears of old where it's like, all right, we're relying on our defense and that's it. I mean, they throw up some points.
Yeah.
That little running back's nice. What's his name?
Montgomery.
Yeah.
really nice.
I wouldn't be surprised, if the Bears make it a close game. I don't see them winning. I would take Saints, but I probably wouldn't bet the spread on this one. I'd probably lay off it just because, Bears have been playing well. It's the playoffs. They're in a little streak.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Saints at home in the Dome, Drew Brees, I do think this is his last year. I really do think this is it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to give it all he's got. He's still a little marshmallow out there ready to get squashed, but I got the Saints.
He had a good run.
Yeah, I'll go Saints like 23-21. I honestly think it'll be a good game. I really do.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Kegan, real quick though, Kegan, who would take over for Breeze? Who's the heir apparent?
Not that Hill, Taysom Hill. I think it's somebody else.
Jameis?
Not
Jameis?
not James Winston either.
Yeah.
They go outside.
They're gonna go outside.
Matt
What do you guys
Stafford,
think? What do you guys
Matt
think
Ryan.
of Hill? Yes. Maybe not an old guy. Maybe they're just gonna try and restart a little bit with Michael Thomas and some young guy.
Ooh, that's not going to end well with Michael Thomas.
He just signed a new contract though. He's stuck. He just signed a new one.
Oh,
What's with Kamara still on his rookie deal?
I think so. Yeah, I think
So
so.
he might not want to stick around. It'll be interesting to see what the Saints do. But
Yeah, it's time for Breeze to hang him up, man. Didn't he break like 10 ribs this year? Something crazy like that.
his lung collapsed. I mean, the dude's been through some stuff.
Jeez.
And I don't know. What do you guys think of Taysom Hill? I mean, it just doesn't look like a quarterback back there.
He's not the guy now.
Well, when I did see him air it out, he could air it out. So I'm not doubting Taysom Hill. I mean,
It just looks weird when he does it. I don't know.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
kind of like Tebow, where he's just like when you see him play a legit full season, you're gonna be like, all right, man. I don't know. A whole
Doesn't
season is
look
what it
right.
takes to really see this guy. Yeah.
Yeah. It just
I
doesn't
think-
look right.
I think I know who it's going to be, guys. Colin Kaepernick.
Okay. He's not coming. These teams
Come
are
on, Cap.
over.
Come on, Cap. Come on.
No.
Call
He's making more money doing his thing off
Colin
the
and Mike.
field. He's not coming back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
But hey, shout out to
Hey, Drew Lock. Hey.
I'm not a huge fan of him.
Did you guys hear that John Lynch, not John Lynch.
Elway.
Elway, yeah, he's not GM anymore.
Yeah.
He got promoted, whatever that means, but they're getting a new GM in. He's finally stepping down.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
You see that?
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah,
I
so
heard
I
that
have
too.
a little bit more hope for the Broncos now that he's stepping out of the GM role.
All right, we still on the Saints game?
It's gonna be the Saints.
You think, Trev?
I'm going Saints.
All right.
Throw a score out there, Trevor.
Saints Bears 34-21.
Okay.
And they get beat kind of good. Yeah,
Okay.
they're gonna get beat kind of good because the Saints offense, man. I don't know what's going on this year, but like they're just running the ball with such ease, passing the ball with ease. I feel like Kamara's hitting like his prime. He's in that prime.
Oh yeah.
He's special.
And then Thomas is just like he's just a beast for his whole career anyway. So yeah, they're gonna beat him down. I think.
Yeah, in the dome.
I like that Bears defense, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Drum roll for Ryan.
Saints. Yeah, I mean, Saints defense has been strong all year. Kamara and Michael Thomas are in officially. Michael Thomas, we'll see. I mean, hasn't really had that connection with Drew Brees. Drew Brees has been shaky all year. That being said, it's in the dome. The Bears, they've been playing well, but I think against this defense, their offense is going to be looking as good as it's been looking in the last 3-4 weeks. And I honestly think that 10 is a ridiculous spread for this. I see the Saints winning by 7 points or less. I could see it being 31-24 Saints.
Okay.
I like it.
So who's the heir apparent to Drew Brees?
Taysom Hill.
You think?
Yeah, they're
I
just
think
gonna see what he
so.
can do. Like, yeah.
I mean, he's
Give him a
been
shot,
in
I
the
guess.
system that long. I mean, you got to give the guy a shot. And you've seen how valuable dynamic dual threat quarterbacks have been in this league. And I think why not? Have him be the starter. Look for the draft for some young guy to come in underneath him. But I think Jameis is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they would be fine with Taysom. I mean, you don't even skip a beat with Taysom Hill in there, the way Drew Brees is playing this year, in my opinion.
But I think
Kamara.
the pressure to
And he's got a connection with MT too.
Yeah. The pressure that Michael Thomas has secured and to win with him and then to try to re-sign Kamara depends heavily on who that next quarterback is. I don't think it can be a Taysom Hill. I think it's got to be a big name guy because you got to make these guys feel like we're trying to win the Super Bowl. You think Taysom Hill's Super Bowl?
I don't know. Did you think that
he's a great gadget player? Keep him in that role.
I guess it's just it's weird for us to see.
Was a Super Bowl quarterback?
Well, that was 21 years ago. That's a different NFL.
Is 2010 not a different NFL?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, for sure.
Way different.
For sure. Yeah. I think our eyes are fooled. Like I saw Taysom Hill run plays, and then on the kickoff, I see him run down to tackle the guy. That's so weird to see.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
If they let him just play special teams, they're not worried about the safety. They must not be worried about the safety having him try to do tackles on special teams.
Yeah.
In reality, I probably do see a Carson Wentz to the Saints just because I feel like that gives them the best chance to win. I think the Colts is a cool idea, but the Colts will probably stick with Brissett if they have to. I think Wentz to the Saints makes a little more sense.
It does. He's an upgrade from Taysom Hill for sure.
I don't see Taysom Hill starting. I think you're right, Andy. It's going to be somebody on the outside, but I think they might go young. I'm like second guessing myself because I'm like thinking like, are they going to regroup and restart? But no, they got weapons still.
Yeah.
If they brought in Stafford, bro, I think Stafford and Michael Thomas would kind of be like Stafford and Calvin Johnson type connection.
I can see that.
Stafford still can throw.
That's a good call because you're getting two turf quarterbacks in Matt Ryan and Matt Stafford. They translate perfectly to more
Great
turf.
Call.
Yeah.
Yeah, good call on the Matt Stafford. Browns at Steelers. Steelers are favored by 6. The news came out today. The head coach of the Browns, Kevin Stefanski, will not be there. He has COVID. That is, man, that's so heart-wrenching for the Browns. You haven't made the
play caller too.
Yes.
Yeah, you haven't made the playoffs in 19 years, and here you are, ready to do it.
Coach is out.
Coach is out.
Right.
Play caller's out.
Play caller. I mean, that's huge, man. That's just such a big blow. Before that, I would have taken the Browns because they're so hot, and like I said, I'm a Baker Mayfield fan. He makes great commercials. I'm all in for the commercials. I'm all in for the football. But Kevin Stefanski not being there, I think that kills the team. That's the worst.
I think I was listening to like the Bill Burr podcast, and he was like, Baker Mayfield looks like a dude from like the Wonder Years. Looks nothing like an NFL quarterback.
Hell of an actor though. We've talked about it before. If there's a Fast and the Furious starring Baker Mayfield, I will be there front and center.
Yeah.
Good movie, man. That'll be a good movie.
He takes Vin Diesel's place.
I'm down for it.
So, I mean, I'm sure they got somebody backing up for the play call, but it could be a Baker. He might be strong enough to call his own plays in some of these situations now.
True.
Yeah, I think they'll be okay as far as that goes.
Yeah, and they still all got their running backs. That tandem is still there. Pittsburgh has been slipping, as we've all seen it this year. They've been kind of a mess. I think it's a good spot. The line was at 3 points. 3 points, 3.5.
6.
Where am I looking?
You're not.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game, man. What time's the game at? Is it an early morning?
8:15 p.m. Eastern on NBC in front of the whole world.
Night game.
Night game. I'll probably go Steelers, but man, I'll be cheering for the Browns. I'll tell you that. I'd love to see him win. But I think
Having
they
no
can-
coach and then having to go against Mike Tomlin with no coach, that's tough.
That's exactly what I was
That's
going to
really
say.
hard.
That's a great point. Like, yeah, Mike Tomlin against good coaches is a good matchup, but Mike Tomlin against no coach, you got to take Mike Tomlin. So I like the Steelers. I think I'm going to go 30-24.
It'll be tight. It'll be a closer game.
Okay.
No blowout.
Browns injuries, a huge injury to them. Olivier Vernon. He's been huge all year for them, solidifying the other side of the line besides Myles Garrett. And him being out, it's just going to be a super hit for them. Happy for Cleveland, though. Super, super happy for Cleveland.
Great year.
Yeah,
Round of
great
applause.
season. Yeah. Way
Round
to
of
go,
applause.
Cam.
Like, you guys deserve
running
it,
backs,
Browns
man.
fans.
Since 2002, no playoffs. Congrats.
Right. That
Yeah,
running back
Odell.
combo is so fun to watch.
Yeah, Odell's gone next year. I feel like they're going to ship him
They can
out.
do better without him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steelers, they do have Hayden back, their cornerback. I think they've been trying a new balance. I feel like their offense has been more balanced the last 3-4 weeks. They're finally starting to establish a little bit more running game. But for the most part, I mean, it's just all about, Big Ben. And he has been good at times this year, and he's been very disappointing as of late. And you've seen a lot more short, little dinky passes. They haven't been taking shots downfield enough. I think last game you finally started to see some bombs going to Deontay Johnson because he stretches the field, and I think that's absolutely crucial if the Steelers want success in this game. They need to be able to keep the defense honest and go for those deep shots. I think that at this point in time, or actually, no, interesting fact. All right. How long do you think it's been? And the Browns play the Steelers every single year, 2 times a year, same division. What would you guess would be the last time that the Browns beat Pittsburgh Steelers at home?
I think I know.
14 years.
I think it was
14 years.
2002, I believe, right?
Should be around 2002 or 2003. It's been 17 straight games. 17 straight games that Pittsburgh has beaten the Browns at home.
Yeah.
And I think this follows suit. I think the Steelers, they're better led. Mike Tomlin's got to have this team ready. Big Ben obviously made a statement coming back. He was previously a couple of years ago, he announced his early retirement. And now I think
he's so beat up.
Yeah, and he's so beat up, but now I think he's got his feet underneath him, and I think that once it comes playoff time, I mean, all the season stuff goes out the window. And I think the Cleveland team has made a huge effort getting to the playoffs. They've had a great season, and I applaud them for that. But it's playoff time, baby. And the Steelers, they're made for the playoffs, and I can't bet against them. I think the Steelers win, and I think they cover. I could see a score, 34 to 23 is what I would call it. 11-point game.
Okay.
Steelers.
Yep. Same here. Same Z's. Yeah, man.
What's the score, Trevor?
Steelers going against the Browns with no coach. Let's go big on this one. Steelers 38.
Ooh.
Browns 23.
All right.
I mean, it's just sad. It's sad because it was the Mariners are the number one playoff drought team in the United States, in North America. The Mariners haven't made the playoffs since 2001. So 20 years for the Mariners, and then 19 years for the Browns. And here we are without a coach. It's like, what? How?
So weird. In the COVID year though, that would happen.
Yeah, it feels so bad. But
You
if
gotta
the,
keep
if the
world in
Browns
check.
win, that's great.
No,
Not everything's gonna go awry.
the
this
Browns
year.
are meant to be losers.
Yeah, can't let that happen.
All right, Keegan, what do you got? What do you got?
I'm definitely taking Steelers, but I do think it's gonna be a closer game. I think even without the coach, they still don't. These guys are still professionals. They got those running back, man. Both of those guys can ground and pound. Steelers, I think, have been questionable of late. I mean, you guys have made up some really good stats though about they haven't beat them at home.
17 years.
It'd be interesting to see what the weather is. I haven't looked at any of that, but the snow, sunny. I'm going to take Steelers, but I think it's going to be 4-point, 5-point game. 30 to 25. Yeah. We'll say there's going to be some points scored for sure. Should be a fun one. Yeah.
Where does Kareem Hunt play next season?
Ooh. Someone's going to be lucky, I'll tell you
Hopefully, one of my picks.
The Jets.
No. Where's Frank Gore playing next season?
I hope he's not playing anywhere. I would hope. Like,
Yeah,
come
please
on,
be
dude.
done, Frank.
He wants to come back one more.
Yeah, he's coming back.
Come on, Frank.
Damn.
One more, baby. One more.
What
For
the
what?
heck?
For what?
He wants this. I don't know. He wants money.
Why not? He's still playing better than half the running backs in the league.
You're right, but I
Yeah.
mean,
He's having fun, man.
is it because Adrian
He's having
Peterson is like right on his ass, like in the rushing yards? Like Adrian
Yeah,
Peterson is trying to pass him. He's like, I can't let you do that. I got to keep playing.
Probably is a thing, yeah.
I think he still thinks he's got it. So he's like, why not?
If you want to continue your career in the NFL and you want to play year after year, the NFL will humble you very quickly.
Right.
And that just hasn't happened to Frank Gore yet. So
Yeah, it won't happen.
let it happen,
Yeah. And the team's going to bring him in. He's just a vet in that locker room, too. I
True.
mean, he's going to find a job if he wants to play.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll see.
So
Should be a fun weekend, though.
it should be awesome. Yeah, some cool Mike Tomlin, a cool quote that pops out to me. If our team doesn't face enough adversity early on in the season, I create it. That's ultimate Mike Tomlin. Like,
Yeah.
nothing's getting past the guy. I mean, the ultimate drill
Ultimate
sergeant,
players coach.
drill sergeant. If you fuck up, you're on his bad list. If you do well, he'll love you for life. It feels like they got a group of guys that can be on that good list, but if they don't make it out of this playoffs with a ring, you get the feeling that everything's going to crumble, and they're going to have to figure it out. Big Ben's obviously done. His talent
He's
has
gotta be.
diminished.
Him and Drew Brees got to be done, bro.
It got to be done. Frank Gore is going to surpass both those guys because he can play, but Drew Brees in that Buccaneers game, he looked god awful, like not giving his guys a chance, and that's the same with Big Ben right now.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a possibility, definitely, for Drew Brees to be done than Big Ben, but I can see them both walking away.
Big Ben's had the craziest career too.
Louis.
His career's been so wild.
Oh yeah, we're finalizing like a crazy part of the NFL.
This era.
Timeline, this era, yeah, of guys like the Drew Brees, Tom Brady's, Big Ben's, the Staffords, the Matt Ryans.
Uh-huh.
We're getting close to that end of like, yeah,
Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. It's a whole new wave.
Exactly.
Yeah, this new wave is really cool too. Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Like, everybody can run too. Everybody can run and throw. It's like you have to be able to scamper around and throw the ball nowadays.
Except Jimmy.
Well, I mean, Herbert doesn't really run too much. Herbert.
Yeah.
I like
Herbert's
that guy.
like he's more like old school Peyton Manning style. I love him.
Yeah, I love him too. He's got a great arm.
Yeah.
And he came out for the Chargers. I mean, I like
He's
the
a
Chargers
gamer.
going forward with Keenan Allen.
And whatever coach they end up picking.
Yeah. I like that team coming up.
So let's pivot to next year to finish out the show. Super Bowl predictions for next year. And I want to hear who the quarterbacks are for those teams.
Oh,
So Trevor, who do you think is going to be in the Super Bowl next year?
damn! I wanted to go second. I wanted to think about this one.
I mean, so much. You said the
Yeah, but just because like so much can happen in the offseason.
Yeah.
So much can happen in the offseason.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as right now, the most sensible guess would be the Chiefs versus somebody.
Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only one I would think. Everybody else is kind of up in the air.
If Josh Allen was in the NFC, then you'd just be like Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, you know?
Right.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, hopefully the Niners, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah, hopefully the Niners, you know, with Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Well, that's a building process. You know, I'm going to be realistic about that.
Yeah.
I think
he's the building process, but our team.
The team's ready to go. Yeah, it's ready to go. That's true. You know, it could be that first year Zach Wilson magic. I mean,
that'd be nuts. Has a rookie quarterback ever made it to the Super Bowl in history?
Big Ben.
Big Ben, yeah.
Big Ben, yeah. And he won.
Oh, he was a rookie, huh?
He won it.
As a rookie, huh?
Yeah.
Was that his rookie year or his second year?
I thought it was his second, yeah.
That was rookie year. He won like 17 games.
Yeah,
wow.
Rookie year, they went 15-1. Tommy Maddox was the quarterback that went down.
Okay, yeah. That's why they say him and Cam Newton have like the best rookie seasons ever.
He came in early.
Dan Marino's second year, they went to the Super Bowl and set all these records, and he never came back.
Damn.
So I think I'll say the Bills and the Saints. And the Saints will be led by Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz.
Oh,
you love Carson Wentz.
I don't. I'm not. I've never been a fan. I've never been a fan.
If you think Carson Wentz can lead the Saints to the Super Bowl, you're a Carson fan.
I have, but dude, you've had him on your fantasy team every year. I haven't.
I'm not doubting that I'm a Carson fan. I'm just saying that you can't deny that you're a Carson fan.
I think Doug Peterson is the problem. I'll say it right here. He's an idiot.
Such a dumb coach, dude.
Exactly. I used to think it was Carson Wentz, but I think you put him in a good situation. Good things can happen with the weapons around him. I think the Cowboys have a really great shot next year as well.
What?
Of making a run.
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, with a healthy Dak. Don't forget about a healthy Dak, man.
Dak was looking very strong before he went down this year. I'll give him that. Like I think he was like top fantasy quarterback. Was like 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. Was running the ball.
But after he got hurt, it took the next quarterback 2 weeks to surpass him in yards. So he was the number one quarterback for 2 weeks after getting hurt. It was crazy.
He was balling.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cowboys are going to bring him back, right?
But again, it's the Cowboys, dude.
I mean, he's due for a contract.
When's the last time they didn't even make it to the Super Bowl with Tony Romo?
I don't want to talk about
it. The last time the Cowboys made the Super Bowl was the last time the Bills won a playoff game, 1995.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, we were all little toddlers at that time.
But it's interesting because, like in the NFC, there's really no like young up and coming quarterback that comes to mind. Can you think of like a stud young quarterback that's leading the team in the NFC?
Kyler Murray, if he gets his head out of his ass. But
they didn't even make the playoffs, dude. They didn't even make the playoffs this year.
Keegan's the inside man on that. It seems like he doesn't like being there.
Have a decline.
So what
seems like he's got a terrible.
What I've heard is his attitude's really piss poor. Like if he loses a game, he's kind of like a sore loser because he's never lost before. He's like, he just kind of gets quiet. He's not the leader in the locker room, is what they've been saying. I mean, if you're a quarterback, you got to be loud. You got to be vocal.
It's more than just
that leader.
It's more than just talent. Yeah.
But I do like his game. I mean, he's got a great arm. He's a pretty smart quarterback.
But you saw what happened when he dealt with a little adversity. The guy took like one big shot, and his shoulder was fucked up for like 3-4 weeks, dude.
Yeah.
God knows what the recipe is going forward with that guy.
We'll see with him. We'll see.
But I could see him taking. He's one more big shot away from going to the MLB, dude.
I know. I love it. And as an A's fan, I love it. Come play for us. We already got your contract. Let's go, Kyle.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, I was happy to see the Cardinals not make it.
But besides Kyler Murray, I mean, who is there? I mean, Dak's not. You wouldn't consider him like that young and up and coming. I mean,
good point.
But like no other NFC quarterback where you're just like, wow, this guy's going to be a star. Besides Kyler Murray, maybe.
Danny
That's a good
Dimes
point.
on a little
Yeah.
bit.
Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes.
He's like Danny Dimes. You're right. You're
I'm
right
thinking,
though,
I'm
Ryan.
thinking of young guys that are playing.
All
Yeah,
these
that's a great point.
all these young studs are in the AFC, dude.
That's a
Yeah,
good
they all
point.
are.
That's a good point, and it's going to get younger with Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence
Burrow,
and
Herbert,
Fields,
Trevor Lawrence,
Justin
Patrick
Fields.
Mahomes, Josh Allen. I mean, the list goes on and on, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's the
And
it's
Tua-
the young
Tua
man's
too
side.
now.
Yeah, why is it like that?
Tua.
Tua.
I like Tua.
Yeah.
But even though it's been, they
Yeah.
just missed the playoffs. Huh?
Yeah, they did.
Hey, something random that could happen too. Speaking of the Saints and quarterbacks, what if it's Cam Newton, bro?
He's done.
What if
I
it's
think
Cam
he's
Newton?
past his.
He's done.
past
He had
that
his
point.
best opportunity with the Patriots. If you're not going to get
Yeah.
a better opportunity
Yeah.
to actually come out and play, then it's over.
Yeah, but they didn't really give him
Yeah.
a bunch of weapons around him either. So I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
those
really the
receivers
excuse.
suck.
But you could just tell when the guy throws the ball, he pushes it.
Missile
Sling-
dives. Just
He slings. Yeah, he slings. Like what is it? Rookie of the year where he breaks his arm.
yeah. You're right.
But next year, I mean, it's going to be one of the off seasons to remember going into this next year. There's going to be a lot of moves. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
last year was crazy too.
Yeah, last year was nuts. This year, it's going to be even more nuts.
So to wrap it up, let's get this year's Super Bowl predictions. Let's go around the virtual table. Start with Ryan. This year's Super Bowl predictions.
Oh man, I love the Bills, but I have been bit time and time again ever betting or guessing against the Chiefs the last year or so. So Pat Mahomes, he's going to find a way to get it done like he always does. He's going to represent the AFC, and then this is Aaron Rodgers' year.
Yeah.
I mean, the Packers look great. They look
Yep.
fucking great, and they have a running game now. I mean, they had like a glimpse of running game with Eddie Lacy like 5-6 years ago before he got fat.
I knew you were going to say that. Anytime anybody ever talks about Eddie Lacy, it's like, but then he got fat.
Yeah, then he went to Burger King. You know?
He got so big.
After every game.
He got so big, bro.
Yeah, 260 showing up in that. Showing up to camp at 260.
Calm down, Jerome Bettis.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, we already have a fullback, dude. But no, yeah, I think Packers, Chiefs, it's going to be an absolutely amazing Super Bowl. And it'd be hard for me to pick as a Niners fan just because I don't like the Packers and the Chiefs dug me deep. So I don't even want to pick a winner. But to answer your question, who's going to be in the Super Bowl? I think the Chiefs and Packers this year. I think Aaron Rodgers, I haven't seen him like this since his Super Bowl days. It always seems like he had seemed as if he was unhappy or, didn't have enough talent around him or God knows whatever other excuse. But now you don't hear any of that. The locker room's in sync. He has a great relationship with Matt LaFleur. And I think that Super Bowl or bust for the Green Bay Packers this year. It'll be a fun one.
All right.
I'm on the same lines. I do think that Tampa has a chance. I mean, they did pretty much smash the Packers earlier in the year.
Mm-hmm.
I really do see that matchup in the NFC Championship game. It can be a hell of a game. We'll see if it's snowing or anything like that in Lambeau. They do have that advantage.
Yeah,
I mean, it is an advantage.
sure.
No fans are not
Yeah.
playing in Green Bay. There's just something different when Packers are at home.
Mm-hmm.
But if Tampa, gets rolling here in the beginning of the playoffs, it could be a chance for them. But I agree in the AFC. I really want the Bills, but too much firepower with the Chiefs, man.
Yeah.
They just did it last year, unfortunately. I mean, they're right on track to hit it back again. So the Super Bowl I want to see is probably Bills and then somebody else other than the Packers.
Bills Tampa then.
No. Yeah. But I'm gonna go Packers Chiefs as well. The 1 seeds are gonna go on.
Okay. Trevor, can't pick the Cowboys.
I'm gonna go a little ballsy. Why you gotta attack my Cowboys all the time, bro? But I'm gonna go ballsy. Packers Ravens.
Ooh.
I don't think
Ravens.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
that.
Aren't
It's
they
just
the
so hard to
aren't
get
they
back.
wild card team this year?
They
Yeah.
barely got in.
Wow.
it's so difficult to get back to the Super Bowl. even when you're a dominant team, it's still hard to just get back right the next year.
Right.
There's always that team that just sneaks in and knocks you out of the playoffs when you're that team that's supposed to win it all.
True.
So I think the Ravens will kind of just get it done this time. And Packers been killing it. If it's not the Saints, I was gonna choose Saints Ravens, but man, I gotta go Aaron Rodgers over 2-3s.
Do the Ravens have to play the Bills? Are they on that side or are they on the Chiefs side?
Let's see.
Good question.
They're the 5th seed playing the 4 seed, which means they would play the 2 seed, I believe.
So the Bills.
The Bills, yeah.
So you think the Ravens got enough to beat the Bills?
Oh yeah.
Actually, I stand corrected. They would play the Chiefs. Winner of that game plays the Chiefs.
Okay, so they might have to play both then.
So that means Chiefs out first round.
Yeah.
Or second round for them.
Second round, yeah.
Second round Chiefs, yeah.
Okay.
Who wins the Packers Ravens game?
Packers.
Yeah.
I think Rodgers finally gets that second one. It's time. It's been time.
I could see him winning.
I could see him winning it too.
Man, he's had more touchdown passes than the team has punted this year. He has 40 touchdowns. I think the team's punted 45 times. He's thrown 48 touchdowns. Crazy.
That's a crazy stat.
Him and Robert Tonyan been hooking up. He's got the best receiver in the game, Devontae.
Yeah.
It's just stars are aligning for them for sure.
And A.J. Dillon, guys, we're talking about Aaron Jones. Forget about it. A.J. Dillon is the new guy. I'm telling you, this guy is special.
Yeah.
At running back. Rookie running back.
Where did he come from?
North Dakota, I think, right?
Was it?
I think it was maybe now, but I think it was a smaller school.
We can find out.
He's
got
it.
Huge legs, man.
He's the new
what about Jamal Williams?
He's the Jeff Wilson of the team.
Is he?
Yeah.
Jeff Wilson. Yeah, that is saying a lot.
Jeff Wilson's nice.
He is, yeah.
Look at those quads, dude.
Huge legs. Massive legs.
Bo
You got them
Jacksons.
Saquon Barkley quads?
Oh, yeah. He does.
Saquon's, the Bows. North Dakota State, is he a bison? A bison?
I think so.
Boston College?
Boston
College, okay.
Yeah.
Still smaller.
Round 2, pick
football-wise.
62
Okay.
overall.
That's pretty high, though. I didn't
I
know
like
went
it.
that high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for running back.
Yeah, second round.
Yeah. Boston College.
I
Yeah.
like Trevor's
Started as a true freshman.
sentiment about it's hard to get back, and I think the only team that stands in the way of the Chiefs is the Bills. And I think they can do it. It's going to take a lot, but I think they can do it. I like the State Farm Bowl that you guys like.
Yeah.
The Jake from State Farm Bowl, but I mean, could you imagine the commercials? Like, I think the Bills Packers is perfect for it's my matchup that I want to see.
Yeah, I'd like
And
to see.
I would definitely root for the Bills just because those fans have been through so much. And Josh Allen, one of the nicest guys in the NFL.
Good dude.
You know, what he did, his grandma died and the city of Buffalo just kind of came together to support him. Good dude. Aaron Rodgers is probably due. He's had one of the best seasons in NFL history that nobody is talking about. He's going to win the MVP.
Yeah.
But I do think that the Chiefs have some weaknesses that they've been showing. Maybe it's just because they've been taking their foot off the gas.
Yeah, they haven't been blowing teams out, so we're not used to that. But they can score 14 points in 5 minutes. You know, I mean, real easy.
Right. So
I have the Bills winning the Super Bowl over the Packers. That's
That'd be
my
awesome.
prediction.
It's big. It's a big guess.
I'd like that.
Yeah, I definitely like that.
Josh Allen, baby. It's Josh Allen's time. Stephon Diggs. I mean, this guy it's crazy. He hasn't been in the league that long, right? And he's already put together 2 moments.
5 years.
5 years.
Okay, 5 years. He's put together 2 moments that are top NFL moments.
Against the Saints was
the Saints, and then he had that huge game, week 16. That was historic. You know.
Yeah.
I like that the linebacker Tremaine Evans.
Yeah,
linebacker.
Tremaine Edmonds. Yeah, not Trey Edmonds because he's got a brother, Trey Edmonds,
Okay.
but he's Tremaine Edmonds. But he's
linebacker,
nasty,
a stud
though. He's
for
a
the
thumper.
Bills. Yeah.
He's a thumper.
Flies all over the field.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Stephon Diggs' little brother is coming up the ranks too. He should be in the draft this year. He's a receiver.
Oh, okay.
Something
For
to look
who?
forward to.
Where do you go to college?
We'll check.
You can find out.
Good old Google. They'll do.
And Dalvin Cook's little brother is one of the best receivers in the country, right?
Mm.
I believe at Alabama or no Auburn. Yeah, it's crazy, huh?
all these brothers, man.
Yeah, all the freaking Watt brothers and the Kelseys.
The Kelseys, the Watts.
The McCaffrey brothers just can't match up to Christian.
What's
Like,
the young
they're
dude?
Yeah.
What's the other brothers?
They're all practice squad players besides Christian.
Isn't there a Bosa brothers too?
Bosa brothers,
Yeah.
Joey, Nick, and then even their dad played in the NFL too.
Damn.
Was a defensive lineman.
Trevon Diggs, Dallas Cowboys. He's the big brother, or
He's got two brothers.
The little brother Stephon. Yeah, he has another brother. So Trevon Diggs is a cornerback for the Cowboys, and then there's another Diggs coming up. So yeah.
Wow. But yeah, this playoffs, these playoff games will be absolutely a blast to watch.
Yeah, 3 games a day. I love it.
Yeah, I love the Saturday games too.
Yeah.
Cool. It's gonna be fun to watch. Can't wait. Let's get it in.
Y'all want to link up for a game or what?
Yeah, we should. We should link up for a game. I'm busy Saturday, but Sunday I'm down to link up.
I got a draft on Sunday. NHL fantasy hockey.
Oh, stop it!
Yeah.
Jeez.
For real.
Now you're reaching, dude. That's the aftermath of 2020 right there when you start playing.
Andre
NHL.
All these crazy names.
I've learned a lot. This is like this is a 15-year-old league that I'm in, and I've just joined. So it's
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing basketball too.
Hockey's fun, though.
Basketball, hockey, football, baseball.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Hockey,
Yeah.
that's kind of like gambling. With hockey, you really got to get those dudes who are dope.
Oh yeah.
'Cause the dudes who are dope in hockey, they really score the points.
Yeah, they stay dopes.
Hockey's
There's
fun.
some good guys, dude. There's some guys, that the Avalanche have like 3 of the top 20 guys.
McKinnon.
Landeskog, Kale Maker, Makar.
Yeah.
Yeah, NHL baby.
It's
Let's
boring me
go.
already. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm coming. I'm coming back.
No,
Kegan.
but hey, super glad you got Trev's on here though.
Yeah.
That was fun, fellas.
You're coming on, man. Yeah.
That was cool. No doubt. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Keegan, are we gonna get you back in the baseball league?
No, it's too tough.
Come back, bro.
Too many games, man.
Come back, Kegan.
It's
just
like,
like-
no.
it's like
Too many games. I'm just so used to the football fantasy.
Yeah, it's all
every
good.
day that there's a game. Yeah.
I mean, no
Appreciate
girlfriend. There's just not enough time,
It's not enough time in my day. I'm gonna be swiping.
I gotta be swiping. My thumbs are working in a different way.
When's the
Hey.
baseball season start again?
End of March.
So normal time for him.
It should. I mean, I hope.
No, I would assume so.
Normal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah.
But it'll be fun, man. I'm down to join the baseball again, even though I haven't made the playoffs.
I would
Oh,
try that.
you're in there. You're in there.
Keep fighting. It'll happen.
Yeah, we'll see. It does take a lot though, because especially this year. I mean, Jesus Christ, like
It was so
freaking
well.
every single day, COVID, or games
Games getting postponed, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god.
was hard.
Yeah, it sucked.
It
So,
did.
Yeah.
but next year it'll be fun.
I think the Mets and the White Sox will be in the World Series, but we'll see how that plays
Already,
out.
huh?
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out.
I think the White Sox are a year out. I think they'll make a postseason run, but no series.
Well, the Mets, now that they have Lindor, just real quick, George Springer is probably 100% on board. So don't be surprised if they get him in the next couple of days.
I'll expect.
Yeah.
I like it.
Kind of had a disappointing season last year, but he could bounce
Yeah.
back with new scenery.
He needs
Or
all
maybe it
these
was
guys
just the
need
trash
new
can effect, you know?
Right.
All right, guys, it's been fun. Let's see what happens. Let's see how everything plays out. Welcome back to the playoff pick'em show, and this will be the last of the year. But we'll come back with some new content.
We're not gonna pick the next round.
Oh yeah, my bad. We will. Yeah, we will. I forgot. We'll keep coming back.
Gotta pick the
We'll come
semifinals.
back. We gotta do at least one more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Trevor, I'll hit you up about Sunday if you're down.
Okay, yeah, let me know.
Yeah, for sure.
That was good seeing you, man.
All right, guys.
You too, bro.
Appreciate it.
All right,
Have a good night.
DKP.
DKP signing out.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
All right.